All right, welcome to the History B Finals. First off, congratulations for making it to the finals to all of you. All right, for our buzzer check, I want you to say your name nice and loud and what state you're from. Right here.
I'm Albert. I'm from New Jersey.
Welcome.
I'm Neil. I'm from New York City.
See if your buzzer works, pal.
I've got.
Welcome.
I'm Killer and I'm from Tennessee.
Very good.
I'm Miller and I'm from.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we will be playing first out at 40. That will be our first place winner. And then, of course, second out at 40. And then if we have a third person, that will terminate the round. If we exhaust the packet, then we will just take a look at the standings and we will award first, second, and third. If we have a tie for any of those three positions, we'll go to the tiebreak question.
Yeah, any of the six.
Very good. All right. Just a reminder that you can achieve up to 6 points per question. You will hear the pause in the question for 6 points, 5 points. At 4 points, it will say for the points. If you answer after the question is complete, you will receive 3 points for a correct answer. Remember that all incorrect answers are a negative. If they are done during the question, that will be -2. If it's after the question is complete, that will be -1. And 3 answers will end the question regardless if they are correct or not. If we have protests from any of the gentlemen at the table, remember you can protest the validity of your own answer, not someone else's. We will adjudicate that immediately with a quick phone call to our colleague in the booth. Parents, thank you so much for being here. Remember that students and students only can lodge the protests. So anything else we need to do before we get started?
I think you're covered.
Okay. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, take a deep breath, sit up, and we're going to play toss-up number 1. This person founded the Defense Intelligence Agency. This man was one of the whiz kids who restored the fortunes of the Ford Motor Company, for whom he briefly read Ford.
McNamara.
Say it one more time.
McNamara.
Yes, sir. I'm going to give you 5 points for that. Toss-up 2. This author on aphasia wrote the essay On Coca to describe his love for cocaine. This man's work was influenced by his student Wilhelm Steckel, and his most famous collaborator was Carl Jung. This thinker, bringing 3. Freud is correct. That'll earn you 5 points. Toss-up 3. After falling ill during one campaign, this man died at Ivorakon. Among the rivals who were killed by this man were Persenius Niger. That death prompted this 3 and 4. That is worth 5 points. Good job. Redology is the field of study for one of these works, which uses the frame story of a sentient stone learning about the human condition through episodes in the Jia clan. Another of this group of works, also titled All Men Are Brothers, sees the Song dynasty grant amnesty to a group of bandits after they gather.
The 4 great novels.
I'm going to prompt you.
The 4 great novels of China.
I can't take that. To a group of bandits after they gather in the Langshan Marsh, including Dream of Red Chamber and Water Margin. For the points, what is this group of cherished Chinese novels that also include Journey to the West and Romance of the Three Kingdoms? Okay, that is time. You were on the right track. It's the 4 great classics. All right, toss-up 5. Mercy Otis Warren aligned herself with this group through her observations on the new Constitution. Led primarily by Patrick Henry, this group's main concern revolved around
Anti-federalist.
5 points for you, sir. Toss-up 6. This man's successor hired the Berkeley Mafia to undo his socialist policies.
Salvador Allende.
I'm sorry, that's neg 2. The CIA claimed this man orchestrated a false flag coup against himself in the Gestapo incident as part of the 30 September movement. This man's political ideas included the national philosophy of Pankasila and the idea of guided democracy.
Sukarno?
Sukarno is good for five points. Toss up 7. This politician was damaged by the Potter Committee. In his highest position, this politician broke up the canal ring after busting Boss Tweed. The defeat of this politician in one election.
Tobin?
That is correct. You receive 5 points, sir. Toss up 8. The White Huns destroy a realm led by this man in an Umberto Eco novel in which he is sought by Baudolino. The acts of Thomas may have served as an inspiration for stories about this man, who has been variously identified as Genghis Khan or Emperor of Ethiopia. Possibly a legend about Nestorian Christians for the points. Very good, sir. That is 4. 9. Thomas Falk took command as colonel of the 14th Regiment of Foot following this man, who was succeeded by William Shirley in a different post. After a promotion by Robert Dinwiddie, George Washington became aide-de-camp for this man during a 1755 campaign.
Oh, William Braddock?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. That's at Rebo, sorry.
Edward Braddock?
Edward Braddock is correct for 5 points.
Yeah, he just needed to say Braddock, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
did he say?
He said William Braddock. Okay, toss up 10, and after which we'll check the score real quick. Number 10. The Kon-Tiki expedition was an attempt to prove a now discredited idea about gene flow on this island as proposed by Thor Heyerdahl. This island's inhabitants toppled over its most famous.
Easter Island?
That is correct. You get 5 points for that. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Sarah for a second.
All right, we have got some not on the board yet. Neil at 15, Elbert at -2, Miller at 10, Taylor 10, and Rika 5.
Concur. Very good. All right, good start. Toss up 11. This man's propensity to cover up scandals earned him the nickname The Screen. This politician resigned from his highest office following an embarrassing defeat against the Spanish during the War of Jenkins' Ear. This politician first rose to prominence during the reign of George I in the fallout of the South Sea Bubble.
Walpole?
Walpole for just in time for 5.
Is that right, Cal?
Yep, that's right. Number 12. This woman founded a brokerage firm and a newspaper in partnership with her sister Tennessee Claflin. This woman invited scandal after divorcing her first husband, Canning, but continuing to live with him even after marrying James Blood. Arrested for obscenity charges before one election, this woman ran with Frederick Douglass.
Woodhull?
Woodhull is correct for another 5 points. Toss up 13. This person was mourned with the saying, "O heart of Jesus, O sacred heart of this man." This editor of the Journal of the French Republic supported the September massacre. This man, who notably suffered from a skin condition.
Jean-Paul Marat?
Very good, Buzz, sir. 5 points for you. 14. After being wounded at the Battle of Chana, this man signed the Truce of Altmark with his predecessor, Sigismund III of Poland. This man's successor, Christina, ruled under the Regency.
Charles IX?
I'm sorry, Nate 2.
Gustavus Adolphus?
6 points. Taylor. Taylor.
Taylor. For 6.
Toss up 15.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. 15. An educational company founded by a member of this family was called Ignite Learning. A member of this family named Marvin appeared in a documentary about Lee Atwater, who assisted another member of this family born to a banker named Prescott. Donald Trump accused one member of this family of having low energy in the 2000.
Bush?
That's all I need for 5 points.
Please.
Toss up 16. This man's namesake rule, lowercase t c equals k, describes the time needed for one type of substance to cause death. This man's wife was the first woman to earn a doctorate from the University of Breslau. That wife of this man likely killed herself in 1915 due to his defense of his inventions used at the battles of Ypres. Naming a process to produce ammonia from nitrogen.
Franz Haber?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Bosch?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. That is correct for 5 points.
Yeah.
Taylor got it right.
Yeah, Taylor got it right, Rika and Miller with the nags.
Toss up 17. This man died after taking off from Rabaul during a planned military.
Mr. Watkins, I'm on
6 points for you, sir.
Good buzz.
Toss up 18. This figure was the defendant in a case that handed an identical sentence to Alfred Taylor. This figure was the plaintiff in a libel case against a noble who is also known for endorsing a set of rules governing the sport of boxing. This figure received a posthumous pardon under the Policing and Crime Act of 2017 and a stained glass window in Poets.
Foreman?
Say again?
Foreman?
I'm sorry, no. And
Oscar Wilde?
Oscar Wilde is correct for 4 points. Miller, yep. Toss up 19. This man led 2 governments, the first of which ended public executions, and the second of which passed the Royal Titles Act. After he won the 1874 general elections, this man was named Earl of Beaconsfield and declared Queen Victoria the Empress of India. Disraeli is correct for 5 points. Toss up 20. This man once was the High Commissioner for Refugees for the organization he currently leads. In the aftermath of the Haiti cholera outbreak, this man succeeded Ban Ki-moon in his highest office. A member of the Socialist Party and former Prime Minister of his home country. For the points, who is this Portuguese politician and current Secretary General of the United Nations?
Antonio Guterres?
That is correct for 3 points, and you,
I'm not sure who was just speaking.
That was Taylor.
that was Taylor for 30.
Yeah, 30.
Yep. Awesome. Oh, let's go through the score.
Yeah. I'll go lead this one. Sure. All right, we've got Albert with 1 point, Neil with 20 points, Gautam, no score as of yet, Rika, 11 points, Taylor, 30 points, Miller, 17 points.
All right, 10 questions to play. This is number 21. This polity's eventual surrender was facilitated by its vice president, Philip Effiong, who assumed leadership of this state after President Uda Mengwu flew to the Ivory Coast, one of the few countries to recognize this breakaway state. This polity faltered in 1970.
Biafra?
The Biafra is correct for 4 points. 22. In 1985, a vandal at this landmark damaged Rembrandt's Danae by throwing sulfuric acid on the painting and slashing it twice with a knife. This landmark is the largest art museum in the world by gallery.
Louvre?
I'm sorry, incorrect. By Gallery Space, and it includes a palace whose last imperial ball was attended by Nicholas II. Catherine the Great.
The Hermitage?
Hermitage is correct for 4 points. Toss up 23. Defying the wishes of Emperor Maurice at Constantinople, this pope made an uneasy peace with invading Lombards and their queen, Theodelinda. As one of his first acts as Bishop of Rome, this pope led a penitential procession against the plague of Justinian, which likely killed his predecessor, Pelagius II. This pope's writings include dialogues, pastoral care, and Moralia in Job. For the points, name this pope the namesake of Catholicism's monophonic liturgical music.
Gregory?
Gregory's good for 3 points.
Isn't it like Gregory the First?
I'm sorry?
Isn't the answer like Gregory the First?
Yeah, it's Gregory the First, but we just needed Gregory.
Yeah, I don't think there was any.
All right, number 25.
You're right.
In 2020, the private game farm of this man, who founded South Africa's National Union of Mine Workers, was burglarized of about 20 million rand in the Fala Fala.
Cyril Ramaphosa?
Say the last name again?
Ramaphosa?
6 points, sir.
Who's like?
25. In Baha'i, the Bab is frequently analogized to this man. Historically, the Gnostic Mandean religion has been called the Christians of this man. This man is described as eating locusts and wild honey and is believed by Christians.
John the Baptist?
That is correct for 5 points. Toss up 26. The second of these conflicts was concluded in part due to efforts by William Shaler and William Bainbridge. That war began after Dey Omar Aga repudiated the Congress of Vienna, while the first of these wars included the burning of the USS Philadelphia.
The Barbary Wars?
5 points.
Yours was 37.
Thank you. 4 to play, gentlemen. This theologian penned an allegorical poem against involvement in wars known as The Labyrinth. This theologian affirmed that the Eucharist is symbolic in the 67 Articles. Heinrich Bullinger succeeded this man after he was killed trying to defend his city during the Second Capel War, prior to which this leader split with Martin Luther at the Marburg Colloquium.
Calvin?
I'm sorry, no.
Zwingli?
Zwingli is right for 4 points.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. 28. The Zion Mule Corps were used in this campaign to carry water to troops on Cape Helles. This campaign's cumulative 500,000 casualties led to the demotion of Winston Churchill, who sought
Gallipoli.
5 points.
Oh, nice.
2 left. One side in this battle was affected by the defection of Quintus Dellius. William Dalrymple once asked if the outcome of this battle would have been different if a certain figure's nose had been 1 inch longer. The city of Nicopolis was founded after this battle, which led the victor to adopt the title of princeps. Marcus Agrippa.
Battle of Actium.
That is correct for 5 points.
Taylor is in striking distance as well with 35.
Alrighty. All to play for on this, the last.
Anyway.
The dramatic AC on. There we go. This politician lost most of his public goodwill after his wife Verena urged him to sign Jefferson Davis's bail bond, resulting in a drop in sales for the New York Tribune. This politician coined the term Bleeding Kansas and wrote the Prayer of 20 Millions to provoke Abraham Lincoln into offering the Emancipation.
Stephen?
I'm sorry, no, name 2. Emancipation Proclamation. For the points.
Frederick Douglass?
I'm sorry, name 2. Name this newspaper editor who purportedly said, "Go west, young man."
John Sullivan?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect in our final domain.
All right.
Is that during or after?
That was after.
That was after.
Yes.
Yeah, that was after. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, so what was it?
And this was Horace Greeley.
Oh, from the buzzer. You both got my.
Give us 1 second. We're going to confirm scores with each other.
Yeah, we concur, so.
All right. Okay, quiet on the set.
All right, so we will do the award ceremony downstairs before the Capitol Fools performance, right after this. And we have our results at Gotham -2. Congratulations for making it. Albert, 0. Congratulations. Rika at 20. In third place, Neil at 21. Second place, Taylor at 35. And our 5th grade champion, Miller, with 36.
Geo and
Great job,
history
you guys.
champion.
You know, what a.
Oh my God.